What's up, everyone? This is Jaden X1. This message goes out to all 635 subscribers that have subscribed to this channel. I can't thank you enough. I mean, for real, for real. I can't thank you guys enough for subscribing to the channel, interacting with me during my streams, checking out my videos on my channel. It has been one heck of a ride. It all started in 2015, and now we're in 2023, baby. I mean, what more can I say? And I have the very first few that I wanted to thank for helping to build this community, and I have a lot of people. The founding people that came to my channel the first time is Mufasa Armstrong, James S. Young, Unknown Games, Doom Slayer, aka Papa Slayer. I can't congratulate you enough for becoming the new dad. It'll be a new experience for you. Um, XJ90, Spazic, Brandon, good old Brandon. If anything, that man needs his own podcast, as well as legendary gamer JP the Dude. Him and Brandon both ought to be co-stars in a podcast that they ought to do together. That would have been nice. They would have talked about games, sports, all the above. That would have been nice. That would have been really, really nice. Um, who else? Who else? Sea Prince, man. Sea Prince, Flow Spasm, and um, I'm pretty sure another good friend of mine doesn't watch YouTube, but if he does, I um I want to give a big shout out to the poetic rock star. Um, he was a his music is an inspiration, and this morning I've been viewing his Instagram and his explanation on how his restoration album and songs came to be all the way up to the experience. Unfortunately, I haven't been there, but my only regret is that I didn't. My biggest regret is that I should have been there at his experience um, concert. Me and him would have caught up. I would have had a jolly good time. But what's done is done. Knowing the poetic rock star, the man is always busy cooking up his next album, and whatever it is, I can't wait for it. Uh, Gaming in general has been wild. Fighting games have been booming. Um, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8. Tekken 8 comes out next year, and Street Fighter 6 came out this year. It's a pretty great game. I played the beta before the launch came out, but unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to get it. But eventually, I will. Some of y'all know that. Um, Streaming Twitch was like a big welcome home type of thing because as soon as I started Twitch, it was Horizon Forbidden West, I remember. And then when I was about to start DMC5, I got an email from Twitch saying that I'm invited to become a Twitch affiliate. If you guys were to have been there and saw the look on my face, I dropped on the floor getting ready to tear up. This was a whole new world, a whole new opportunity for me. That was mind blowing. I was literally tearing up. And personally, I kind of wish one of y'all would have been there because otherwise, wow, so exciting. Man, from there, I'm just still to this day learning on being a Twitch affiliate. And um, the next one is one of the gaming devs that reached out to me to test the alpha beta game, which is kind of called Suicide Squad. And you can imagine the surprised look on my face. WB Games, the guys, the men and women of that studio that helped made the Batman Arkham series alongside Rocksteady. I went nuts. And there was a smile on my face. Biggest opportunity I ever had. I mean, what more can I say? But once again, I cannot discuss the contents of that alpha beta until um, the closing day to its release. So I can't say much about the game. All I can say is I've already pre-ordered. So if Rocksteady and WB Games is watching this video, to WB Games especially, thank you for reaching out to me by email. Thank you for reaching out to me by email, giving me the opportunity to test the game out. It was fun. I gave it. I gave the codes, the last two codes, to two other friends, C Prince and JP the Dude. Um, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they haven't played it yet. But I also told them that they're not supposed to tell nothing about the gameplay, let alone its contents in the game, until the closing day to its release. Now, as for my job in general, let alone life, it was all right. Some bumps on the road, some change of management, drama. One coworker turned activist due to the discovery of what she saw. Um, the one word I can describe what she discovered, and that was the word genocide, um, towards the Palestinians. And to be very honest with all of you, biblically speaking, sooner or later, all the nations will come up against Israel. And sooner or later, they will all know, the whole world will know, that there is a God that will protect Israel, and his name is Jesus Christ. You don't believe me? Look in the Bible. And I can assure you, even if you're going to call me crazy, a hypocrite, or whatever, or that the Bible is a fantasy or some make believe story, crazy people tell the truth. Stories that you hear as a kid about Jesus, about Moses, Solomon, Samson, Esther, Joseph, Mary, Jonah, Noah, Adam, Eve, David, Paul, all these Bible heroes that I just mentioned is not only in the Bible, but the story about them is not only very real, but the Bible is also coming to life right before our eyes. I mean, look at what's going on in Israel and um, yeah, look at what's going on in Israel. Look what's going on with Russia and all the other nations. All nations will gather together against Israel at some point, and once that happens, they're going to regret the day they never should have messed with Israel. Because if God starts showing up, it's a whole new ball game. And sooner or later, we will have to pick a side as to whom we will serve: Jesus or the devil, heaven or hell, eternal bliss or eternal damnation. I mean, it's your souls, your free will. We're not robots. I mean, we're all given free will to choose whom we serve. And this is eternity we're talking about. And one day, when you look back on this video and everything that the Bible that the Bible prophesied about the end of the world, mark of the beast, plagues, the disappearance of men, women, babies, children, all under the age of 13, disappearing. All that's left is their clothes. And they all going to be raptured up in heaven. I mean, those that believe in Jesus, that have placed their faith in Jesus Christ, the Son of God, who died on the cross for all of us, will crack the sky and um, take whoever still believes in him and have died believing in him up in the clouds to meet him in the air. We'll be safe from all this. We'll be safe from the chaos that is to come. We'll be safe from God's wrath. We will be safe from the wrath of Apollyon. We will be safe from the rise of the Antichrist. We will be safe from Armageddon. And if you think that I don't make sense, and if you have any questions, then ask your pastor, ask any Christian that's still continuing to preach the gospel around the world. They'll tell you. They'll tell you. They'll tell you better than I could. Because if you're going to ask me, I'll answer to the best of my ability, but don't expect a straight answer. Or actually, I'll try to give a straight answer as best as possible, but that's all I can do. And that's it for that part. I am out of time. Oh, I'm definitely out of time, so I'm going to end it here. But once again, to those of you that have subbed to the channel, Instagram, TikTok, thank you all. And I mean, thank you all for checking out my channels, actually. And if you want to check me out on one of my channels, for YouTube, it's youtube.com/c/Jaden_X1. And for Twitch, twitch.com/Jaden_X1. You can't miss it. If you want to check me out, interact with me, then I'll be more than happy to interact with you. And if you sub to my YouTube channel, then there will be a welcome video for you. It may not be that same day, but it will be the next day. All right, I've got to go. I got to get to work. But I thank you guys for making 2023 the best ride of my life. And I thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for not only all of you, but for my family and friends. And that I hope to see you guys in 2024. If 2023 is this wild, I wonder what 2024 is going to bring. Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it's going to be one heck of a ride. So until the next stream or video, this is Jaden X1 telling you to keep it locked right here on YouTube and on Twitch and on TikTok. And I will see you on the battlefield in 2024. Have a blessed day, everybody. And I will see you next year.